Well, that didn't go to plan. Oh my goodness me. This video is about my April low buy results. When I say that didn't go to plan, I might as well not have had a plan. It's gone way off from the plan. I spent a lot of money on every category, even the budgeted items. I've had to take money from savings to pay for some of the things this month, which is not the best idea because I don't have an awful lot in savings, so I need to keep it there. So let's talk about what went wrong, what I didn't spend, because there are a few things that I didn't spend money on, what I did spend money on, and my plan for going forwards in May, which really has to be better than April. Okay, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Rachel. And I talk about all sorts of things, budgeting, midlife, later life, as a 59-year-old woman. So I'd love you to come and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lovely group of people who watch me and I'm very grateful for their support and their comments. I like reading what other people have been up to. Right, let's get this car crash sorted. It's not a video I wanted to make, but my channel's called Rachel for Real, so I've got to be real. And yeah, that's it. Okay, right, now I did buy some things that I planned to buy for my allotment, so that was under budgeted spends. That was absolutely fine. I've gone over on my petrol, my fuel this month. I've been doing more travelling out of town for pet sitting and that sort of thing. So that's gone up and I will need to, I could probably stick to my budget in May for petrol. I allocate £50 a month and I think that's probably doable because I have got some pet sits out of town, but not too many, so it will reduce the amount of driving. I am doing more driving up and down to the allotment now. It's getting warmer and I went there before work today and everything had shriveled up because it got far too hot in the greenhouse. So I'm gonna have to make it a daily or every 2 days trip up there, at least to water the greenhouse if nothing else. Okay, so what did I spend? I bought two 40-litre bags of compost for £6.98, some butternut squash seeds for £1.40. These were from the allotment shop, so I get them cheaper than I would do if I just bought them in a regular garden centre, so that's very good. A packet of cucumber seeds for £1.40. My membership for this year for the allotment shop, which is £4 for the year, which I think is absolutely bargain because we get discounted everything from compost to bamboo poles, seeds, everything. And it's nice to support anyway, even if I'm not buying a huge amount from them. I bought a little incense holder for £1.49 because I didn't really know where to put the incense. I did stick them in a candle, but I thought that probably wasn't a great idea. I bought some exercise equipment. Now, if you've seen my short or my last video talking about my osteoporosis, I'll link it down in the description below. I have decided that I need to get stronger, basically, for my bone health, for my musculature, so that I have fewer falls as I get older. I'll be 60 in January, so my muscle mass has decreased. I believe it's 1% per year after the age of 30. Round about that, don't quote me, but I think that's what I read. And we need to preserve our muscle mass so that we can do everyday tasks, never mind fitness goals. So I bought some equipment for that, which has had to come out of savings. And is it a need? I don't know. What price do you put on health? It's certainly cheaper than going to the gym every month, paying for that. I spent $79.99 on a rebounder, which is basically an exercise trampoline. I spent $49.99 on a weight bench so that I can do some weight training at home. And I bought some weights that include dumbbells and a weight bar. And you can add various weights to them so that you've got increasing load on your muscles as you go on. At the moment I'm puny, so I'm using very low weights, but I will build up over time. So rather than buying individual dumbbells, which are really expensive, they're like £20–30 for a pair of dumbbells. I spent, what did I spend? £32.99 on this set, which gives me a lot of options on weights to lift for various parts of my body. I spent £1.46 on a Get Healthy TV 1-year membership because I thought I could do some of the exercise classes on there, and it was a very discounted with £1.49 for a year's membership. I bought some books for my Kindle on weightlifting for women because I'm having to devise my own plan because I can't afford a personal trainer and I can't afford a gym membership. So I downloaded some books. One was £6.99 and one was £2.45. And from that, I've written up a little plan for myself. One of the books I'd got out from the library and I thought it was really good. So I bought my own copy on Kindle so that I can refer to it when I want. I'll put all the links for the exercise equipment that I've bought and the books in the description box down below. They will be affiliate links. It doesn't make, if you buy through the links that I've put in the description, it doesn't cost you any more for the items, but I get a tiny percentage as payment for you using my link. So if you're interested, take a look at the equipment. What else did I buy? I had to buy some printer paper for £4.91, my savers preps, which were £35.59. And I talk about all the preps I bought before the prices go up. 2 videos ago, I think it was. I'll link that as well. I bought things like toiletries, cleaning products, and medical supplies. Not a huge amount, but just because I think that the prices are going to go up in the next few months and I wanted to plan ahead. I had to buy a new backpack for work because the one I have been using was full of holes and I tried to fix them and they were, they sort of held up for a bit and then ripped again and the zip went. So there's only so much repairs you can do before you have to sort of give up the ghost and replace the item. Now, originally the backpack I bought, it was exactly the same as the one I had before, but it's got a slightly different pattern down the sides. And it was £24.99 originally, and then it was reduced in a sale. And I had a voucher for 20% off for this particular shop. So I ended up paying £11.99. Pretty good price for a backpack. It gets used every single day. So yeah, replacements are allowed. What wasn't allowed was buying clothes, but I went ahead and did it anyway. I told you it wasn't a good month. I bought 2 t-shirts and a summer weight dressing gown, and they were in the sale at Sainsbury's in their 2 clothing departments. There was 25% off when I bought them. So one of the t-shirts was reduced to £3.75. One was reduced from £8 to £6, and the dressing gown was reduced from £20 to £15. Not supposed to be buying clothes on this low buy, but I did. So yeah, naughty me. But they'll get used. We have actually got a bit of sunshine at the moment for a change, so t-shirts will come in handy. And a lot of my t-shirts I wear for work, so they get covered in cleaning products, sometimes in bleach, so they have white marks on them. So it's nice to have a few t-shirts that are just kept for weekend and evening wear, to try and look a little bit tidier. I'm hardly a glamour puss, but I don't want to look like a complete swamp donkey either. So that was it. Yes, a lot of money spent this month. A lot of it was wants, not needs. The exercise equipment, don't know which category to put that in, somewhere in the middle. So not a good month, and I've got to rein that in. My food budget was over, my petrol budget was over, my spending money budget was over. I might as well not have been doing a low spend basically. So let's crack on, let's knuckle down, learn some lessons from this month, and May will be a better month, I promise you, and I promise me. So let's get on to what I didn't buy because it makes me feel marginally better. If you've noticed, my little green book of evidence has been mullered, basically. It was chewed by a 1-year-old miniature dachshund at the weekend when I was pet sitting. I left it on the table, I was in the kitchen, and when I went back into the living room, this was the state of it. So yeah, great. Thank you, puppy. But It is what it is, we'll keep using it. Thankfully, it didn't munch on April's information, so I can make this video. What else? Okay, so in April, what did I want but didn't buy? A weight bench for £99. So I spent, what did I spend on it? $49.99. I found one that was pretty much identical, so I saved £50, but I spent £50 basically. Some dumbbells for $23.99. This was a set of 2 5-kilogram dumbbells, and that's when I thought doesn't make sense financially or moving forwards if I progress to bigger weights. It doesn't make sense to buy individual weights when I can buy a set that will keep me going for a lot longer and will provide better training. So I didn't buy those. A pair of pyjamas, £9.99. A World War II ration cookbook. Now, I have no interest in reading what they ate. Well, I have got an interest in seeing what they ate, but I don't have any interest in actually eating it myself. The cookbook was $14.99. I was watching a lady on YouTube who had challenged herself to cook recipes from a World War II ration cookbook, and I thought, oh, let's go and look that up. That sounds interesting. And then I stopped myself. I'm like, you don't need to buy this book, you don't need to buy this book, don't buy this book. So I didn't, so I was pleased about that. Another book called Attainable Sustainable, which is obviously easy sustainability in your life, you know, reduce, you know, reuse, all that kind of thing. That was £18.99. Taught myself out of that, thank goodness. Pair of Vivo barefoot shoes for £169. Oh my god, they'd have to be good for that, wouldn't they? Again, watching somebody on YouTube who was talking about them because she's sponsored by them basically. So I went and had a look at their website, had a look at what they were selling, was horrified by the price, didn't buy those. An online weight training course for $59.99 per month, more than a gym membership would cost me per month, and I could go swimming as well with that, so I didn't buy that. Took myself out of that. Another 1 year strength training plan, £99. So I thought, no, let's get some books from the library, let's figure out what I can do as a beginner. And I said I'd bought those Kindle books because I enjoyed reading them from the library, so I bought my own copies. But in contrast to that, which would have been what, £160 in total, I spent about 10 quid on 2 Kindle books and a shirt from a charity shop for £5. Can't remember what the shirt looked like, can't remember why I was attracted to it, didn't buy it. So this month I have saved, she says, feeling guilty about all she's spent, £499.95, which is a lot more than March. I was doing quite well. I'd gone down each month from when I started in January on what I wanted to buy but didn't buy. Last month was £341.83 that I didn't spend, and this month is just under £500. So I've been looking at a lot of things, I've been buying a lot of things, I've been resisting a lot of things. So yeah, shopping frenzy. I'm glad I didn't spend that £500 because I don't have it. Didn't do well. Lessons learned. Don't go online. Don't think you have to have all the equipment straight away. A lot of it's procrastination, I think. There's some part of me in my head, this little demon that says, you know what, if you find out everything about this subject, in this case strength training and weight training, you will suddenly become a strength trainer and a weight trainer. You'll be all nice and toned and you'll have a better, stronger body. Well, that's not true, is it? You know, you've actually got to put the work in order to get the results. So looking at nice equipment online, looking at training plans that you can buy that other people have set up will not make me stronger or look better or be healthier in later life. I've got to put the work in. So I've got my equipment, now I've written the plan, now I've got to do it. I'm going to do 3 sessions of straight training a week, and that's the plan from here. Going forwards into May, I need to rein it way back in. I've spent far too much money. I don't want to spend any more out of savings. In fact, I need to put back into savings anything that I can to top it back up. I've listed a few things on I'm sorry, you're wobbling. I listed a few things on eBay and I've sold 2 of them, and from those two things I've made £24.99. So that offsets some of the overspending, but not much of it. I've still got other things on there that haven't sold yet. So hopefully I can recoup a little bit of money that way. May, no spend, low spend, as little as I can get away with. No treats, no, oh, this will make my life different purchases. It's got to knuckle down to the bare basics, and I will be really tracking my spending. I didn't track at all this month, not as I went along anyway. I mean, I've obviously detailed stuff in the little book of evidence, but I haven't tracked my supermarket spends. I haven't tracked, you know, where I spent my spending money or things like that. So I need to get back to tracking. You can't change what you don't track. I've learned that. And I think I went off the rails, and once I'd gone off the rails, I thought, oh well, it's all gone to hell in a handcart. What's the point? I'm useless at this. And that's not the way to look at it, is it? I've got to knuckle down. I've got to track my spending. I do have an allocated spending amount each month that I can just spend on what I want. Coffee's out, you know, little trinkets, anything like that. So I have money to spend on things that I would like, but they have to be within the budget. It's the end of April now. Let's get the May budget written. Let's start tracking again. Let's not buy superfluous fluff and reduce the amount I'm looking at in physical shops and online shops. So we've got this. I am far from perfect. I am trying to make progress. You know, some months have been better than others. This month was not a good month, but May has so much potential to be a good month. And if I put the effort in, I will get the rewards at the end of it. How did your April go? Have you stuck to your plan? Have you got a budget set up for May? Let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe. It helps my channel. And I will see you next Saturday. Bye for now.